Global variables. It is possible to place declarations for variables outside of all the functions that make up a program. To do so, we use global variables. Variables that are declared outside of all blocks and classes, we'll discuss those later, are called globals and have global scope, which is also called global namespace scope or file scope. This means that they're accessible throughout all the functions in the file following the point at which they're declared. If you declare them at the very top of the program, they'll be accessible from anywhere in the file. Globals also have static storage duration by default. Global variables with static storage duration will exist from the start of execution of the program until execution of the program ends. If you do not specify an initial value for a global variable, it will be initialized with 0 by default. Initialization of global variables takes place before the execution of the main begins, so they are always ready to be used within any code that is within the variable's scope. I can demonstrate for you with a suitable example of global variables. In this example, we declare an integer variable called value1 and a function at the very top of the main function. And then we give an input to that variable using this line. Following that, we show immediately that value. Then we make a small block which includes an assignment statement that assigns 120 to the value1 variable. After that, the value will be shown here. In this line, we call myFunction. Now the control goes to the function definition. Here we just do the simple assignment to the value1 variable. Later the control moves to the main function that shows the recently modified value in the myFunction. If you run this example, you can see the results. Here you need to input an integer to the value1 variable. When you've done that, you can get 3 outputs. The first value we've given just before. The second value, that is 120 from the small block, and 200 is modified in myFunction. Here we can change the value1 variable's value inner function and also outside of the function. This variable is called a global variable. We can also use the scope resolution operator for accessing variables globally. Now you have a clear picture about global variables.